This is a demo on Kiali's new graph replay feature. Now this is a demo I recorded earlier. I'm just going to talk over it. The idea behind this feature is if you've run across problems in your mesh and you want to go back in history and look at what the mesh looked like at the time when the problem happened, hopefully you can help discern and debug what the problem was. So here you can see we're looking at the live graph, and currently it's 3 p.m. But we're going to click this little replay button here, and that's going to take us to the replay feature. And you can see we can it's telling us to click the replay button to start. There's the play button that we'll use to start. Here you can look at historical data 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half hour in the past. So I'm going to click the play button here, and now it's loading the historical data and it's starting to march forward. It's replaying the graph at what it looked like in the past, and you can see the timeline going 250, 251. We can speed up the animation, and the timeline clicks forward, so you can see what the mesh looked like in the past. And here you can see errors are starting to occur. Product page is starting to fail to getting to reviews. Slowly marching forward. You can see we're at 2:55 p.m. and here we can see reviews is starting to go green. Things are starting to correct itself. Oh, but now ratings got a little blip, and then now the mesh became normal again. So I'm going to pause, and I'm actually going to scroll back and go back in history again and play that again. So that just illustrates you can fast forward, rewind to wherever you want in the past historical data. You can go back and look at the edges as I'm doing here. Here you could see that I clicked on an edge and I'm looking at what the historical data was at this specific time between the 2:52 to 2:53 p.m. time, and I'm looking at what the error codes and the error flags were going from product page to reviews at this specific time. And here you can see I'm looking at the error code 556, and you can see at this point the reason why it failed 52.6% of the time is due to fault injection, and I actually know at this time I had created a fault injection rule in my Istio mesh, and it caused these requests to abort. So that's what the cause was. That's why these requests were failing. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit, click play again just to show you can fast forward and reverse wherever you want. You can look at traffic metrics in that historical point of time. Pausing again, here you notice that this request was starting to take almost 10 seconds, and the reason why, if I look at the flags, again, it's because of a fault injection rule I added, and I added a delay to this request. So that's why that took so long, that request. Now this edge, notice it went back to normal. In this case, average 16 milliseconds request time. Notice the HTTP codes getting back on this edge are 200s now, and there are no flags. So at this point I know I removed those fault injection rules. That's why this went green, because I can see this by looking at the historical data showing that I'm getting the HTTP codes of 200 with no flags. So it was at this point when the fault injection rule was gone. And here you could say I just went back to the live view, and now I'm back to my current live view of the mesh. I'm no longer looking at the replay screen. Alright, that was it. That just demonstrates the graph replay feature in Kiali.